Hello and welcome to Along the Rock, our podcast that pays homage to the people of the Sauk Valley and the river that runs through it. I'm your host, Mark Morris, and we're going to be talking today about the Rock Falls High School Fall Play. Joining me is the director, Carolyn Sutton. Carolyn, thanks for coming up. I know you're a busy lady these days. Two actors from the show, Marissa Bliefnick and somebody you may be familiar with from past performances, Quinn Stahr. So, thanks for coming, guys. I know you had to kind of rush home from school once that was over. Although I noticed that Quinn did have time to get some food. So. Gotta stay strong. So, Carolyn, tell us what the show is and introduce your actors so they can give us a real personal example.
Okay. Our show is called A Lighter Shade of Noir by Patrick Dirksen. It's very much based off of the old film noir detective movies. So Quinn Stahr is our Detective Trent Trowell. So he's our old gumshoe style detective.
Okay.
And our show opens with him meeting Marissa's character, Clarice, who is warning him that she knows something bad is going to happen at this big detectives gala. So he goes to the detectives gala where he meets these world-famous detectives. We have a French inspector, Monsieur Eustache.
Does that remind you of anybody?
He very much reminds me of a Pink Panther, Inspector Clouseau. So if you're familiar with the Pink Panther movies, our play is very much in that style.
Okay.
So there's a big heist going on, and Trent Trowell and the other detectives are going to try to solve the case. They may be not the best guys for the job, but we'll see if they figure it out at the end.
Okay. Is that a good setup for the scene they're doing?
Yeah, so the scene they're going to do for us is that opening scene where Clarice comes into the detective's office to warn him that something bad's going to happen tonight.
All right, we have our two actors here, as mentioned, and Quinn, tell us a little bit about maybe your interest in theater and what led you to this particular role.
Well, I've been doing theater for a long time, like close to 10 years at this point. I think 2015 is when my first show I ever did was, and I've been doing a lot of acting and tech since then. And this is technically my first main character role, although I was also the Nutcracker for Woodlawn a couple years back and this year actually, but I don't really count those. Surprisingly, the Nutcracker isn't that prominent of a character in the Nutcracker. But yeah, this would be my first lead protagonist. In the last Rock Falls show, I did get the lead antagonist though, so that was fun.
Yeah.
I think I definitely prefer this show.
Not too much dialogue to memorize during the Nutcracker, is there?
No, not a lot. No, and zero, exactly zero.
Okay, Marissa, what led you here, and what's your experience in theater like?
I've been in theater since I was a sophomore, but this is my second play that I'm doing, and I've never done the musical before. I usually just stick to fall plays, but this year my character foreshadows a lot in the beginning and warns Trent Trowell and sets up the mystery, I guess, for the play.
Mm-hmm. This is, I assume, based on what Carolyn said, kind of a takeoff, if you will, a spoof type group of characters and plot. You find that hard to play?
I'm not sure if my character is a spin-off. Is it a spin-off of a detective? I'm not.
I would classify you as the femme fatale. So
Yeah.
you're the beautiful woman that sort of gets into trouble, I suppose.
Well, I think my character is pretty easy to play.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my job. I didn't ask for it, but it's the one I got. It was my job to clean up this town. May have a shiny exterior, but its underbelly was as filthy as a two-legged turtle's. Your average Dick and Tom had no idea that a ruthless gangster called all the shots around here. One day, though, One day I'd have the proof I needed to lock up Big Bill and his gang. Until then, I'd take these dime store jobs to get by.
Mr. Trowell, I presume?
My heart stopped in my chest. Into my office walked a woman that can make even a blind man do a double take. Even if there were no gravity on Earth, I still would have fallen for her. She must have been a dancer to have gams like that.
You are most considerate, Mr. Trowell.
Her voice was as sweet as honey dripping off of spun sugar. But I had to keep my head clear. Something told me this dame needed my help.
My name is Clarice Latrice. My friend here said you could help me, and I need your help, Mr. Trowell.
I know. I knew the moment you walked in.
Why, Mr. Trowell, you were more skilled than I imagined. How could you have known I had a mystery for you to solve?
I mean, that is why people come here. So, what's your problem?
I don't mean to interrupt, if you're already busy.
No, ma'am, my schedule's wide open. So, what's the problem?
Oh, I can't say how I got involved in this. I need your help, Mr. Trowell. You'll help me, won't you? Won't you? I'm a good girl, Mr. Trowell. Honestly, I am. Somehow I just get mixed up with the wrong crowd. I want to do better. I want to come clean. Something awful is going to happen at the International Private Detective Gala tonight.
What's happening?
Well, I'm not sure exactly. I just know it is happening tonight. I heard Big Bill telling his gang that it was tonight.
Big Bill.
Yes, Big Bill.
Big Bill's the vilest gangster this country's ever seen. And he's planning something tonight? Could this finally be the evidence I need to put him away for good?
Tell me what's coming up and when, and ticket availability and ticket prices and all that good stuff.
So our show will actually open Halloween night at 7 p.m., it's a Thursday, October 31st. And then we will also be performing on stage Friday, November 1st and Saturday, November 2nd, 7 p.m. at the Rock Falls stage in our gym. Tickets are $5 at the door.
Only $5.
Only $5. We're a cheap show and a great show. So we want to make sure that everybody can come and enjoy the performance and enjoy all the hard work that everyone has put in and have some laughs.
Yeah, well, that $5 price tag is very unusual these days. I know that from experience, and it's something somebody should take advantage of.
Yeah.
How many seats in the Rock Falls Theater? I don't
Do
even
you
know.
know how many chairs they set up?
Big house, small
I
house,
think-
medium-sized house?
I don't know. I think we have a couple hundred, but we could probably add a lot more. I mean,
Yeah.
we usually put what we're expecting, but I mean, we have a lot of chairs just sitting around the school probably somewhere. I'm
We'll
sure
find
we
room
can
for
pull
everyone.
more. Worst case scenario, we pull out some bleachers.
I want to thank our guests today for joining us. I'd also like to thank our entire crew for making this program possible. I'm Mark Morris. Join us next time for Along the Rock.